It's recorded. Okay, so where should I start? My name is 91. It's the number 90 in the word one. The 90 represents my style, my flavor, my influence. I'm a 90s baby. The one comes from me being one with myself, knowing exactly who I am, and also knowing it's one vibe, one love. So when you're around me, that's what you're always gonna get. Peace, love, good vibe, good energies. I also know that we're all connected under one energy that puts us here. That's why we're all connected. So that's what I'm about. I'm a TV host and producer for EYECONIC Television in Houston, Texas. I help artists with marketing their brands, developing their careers. If artists are looking for shows, I'm the guy to go to. I do interviews with everyone from big time celebrities to up and coming artists. So if you need promotion, marketing, I'm your guy. I always wanted to get into TV and film, but for me it was always like, I'm gonna blow up off my music, and then when I got the time and the resources, I would get into things, but most of my career has just been being in the right place at the right time. So I kind of just was in the right place at the right time for a lot of things. But I would definitely say moving to Houston. Once I moved back to Houston and got out of Austin, it like just really projected my career. Like it slingshotted it forward, just because, not to knock Austin, but there's not nearly as many opportunities in Austin that there are in Houston. So I came out here and I just took full advantage. Met with some really good people, networking, connecting, and that eventually led me to Jalea at EYECONIC. I've been with EYECONIC Television since November of 2020. They had some auditions for host. I came through, auditioned, they loved me, and I started hosting Musicville. I just kind of saw a need for people to step it up around the studio, so I really started just helping Jalea out with everything that I could, from just organizing things, producing shows, running camera, editing, so just whatever. I just always made myself available, and it's just giving me a lot of resources. So. Just getting started. Musicville is our version of, let's say, 106 in Park mixed with Wildin' Out. So we film in front of a live audience, we bring out special guests. It's really dope, really dope. That's really what I came to EYECONIC for, was to be the host of Musicville, and it kind of just transformed into so much more from that. But yeah, Musicville is definitely dope. It's like Houston's own 106 in Park. We're also having Musicville Fest coming up in August. We're actually doing that on my birthday, so it's gonna be dope. So when it comes down to me looking for artists to interview, there is a specific artist that I'm looking for, because at the same time, it's like I'm still building my platform, so people want to see artists that are worth watching. So I look for artists that have established themselves. Establish yourself, get a fan base, even if it's a small fan base, even if it's only a local fan base. It doesn't have to always be online, but do something. I want those artists that are ready. Don't come and interview with me if you're gonna be nervous, if you're gonna just want to stick to the basic generic questions, because I really like to get in deep, really find out who you are as an artist, and that's what I like to show. I don't like just the typical surface questions, so I really get in deep. So I look for artists that have depth within their artistry. It's hard to do interviews with someone that's kind of dull, not very engaged. So it's not always about your following. We are in the entertainment industry. If you are an entertainer, then I'm down to work with you. But if I don't necessarily find you entertaining, I don't know. I guess that's not a good answer. If you ain't entertaining, I don't work with you. But that's honest though, and it's like, if you're not entertaining, you need to learn how to be entertaining if you want to be in the entertainment industry. But that's also something that I can help with. We have things like media training, artist development, helping with your stage presence, things like that. So really, I guess to answer that question, I'm down to work with all artists. Maybe not the interview, maybe you're not there yet, but I can help you to get to where you need to be. If you can help me to see your vision, I can help you bring it to life.
Okay.
For me personally, it's funny because everyone's definition of success is like, it's all like, it's just based off of you individually. Because what success might look like for someone else might not look like success for me. A lot of people tell me I'm very successful, and yes, I've done successful things, but I wouldn't necessarily feel like I've just made it until I'm at the point where I know that everything I create is gonna reach people in an impactful way. You know, because that's what it's about for me. It's never necessarily been about money or just followers, but I always wanted to do this so that I could just have that impact. If I can impact the world in a positive way, and like that's success for me. Of course, like when it's completely just paying all my bills and I can buy what I want and fly where I want to and just do this and that, yeah, that sounds like success as well. That's just like kind of living comfortably. But for me, like, cause I can hit the lottery. I can hit the lottery tomorrow and go do all that stuff. Does that necessarily make me successful? Because I can fly to Paris, or I can go spend $10,000 at the Galleria. That don't necessarily make me successful. That just means I got money. So for me, the success comes when I can effectively reach the people with ease. There's so many things that inspire me. I really just have to say life. I don't know just one thing that inspires me, and I wish that I had just one thing that inspired me, because like when you're uninspired and you don't have just that one thing to go to, it can kind of be frustrating, because it's like I'm trying to find what feels comfortable. But the people around me are what inspire me the most, and it's funny because the people around me have held me back the most, and like now I feel like I've gotten my circle down to a very tight-knit number that I can really focus on the good people around me. But the people around me, that's what inspires me. If I'm ever feeling uninspired, I'm a people person. I want to be around people. It's gonna bring that out of me, because when I'm with people, I get to have experiences, I get to have encounters. Even if it's not a good encounter or experience with a person, that might inspire me to go and make a song about it or talk about it, you know? So people inspire me. So it's a lot coming up from 91. I'm just getting started. I know I've been doing this for a long time, but I'm really just getting started. We for sure have the Lyrical Layers competitions coming up. We working on one for Austin right now. We've already got some venues locked in for an Atlanta date. So Lyrical Layers competitions. I'm about to get my Lyrical Layers playlist back up and running, like top performance. So if you need organic Spotify plays, real listeners, real streams, no bots, we're getting that going as well. Of course, more interviews. Got some crazy celebrity interviews. I've been doing like some big time interviews, getting invited to some big time parties and everything. I'm not gonna tell you the shows that are going on, but there's a lot of shows coming up that we'll be covering. Also, I have my digital business cards, the network card. It's a digital business card. You tap into any smartphone, it goes directly to your website, any URL that you want. So we're pushing a lot of that. More studio work coming, production work coming. It's a lot, but definitely more shows. The main thing people be wanting from me, they want TV and they want these performances, these showcases. So we got a lot more of that coming up for artists. That's never gonna stop, because that's like, it's really what I do it for. I do it for the independent artists.